I'm really proud that we were able to get that legislation passed into law in nearly record time, and I chair the Water and Power Subcommittee, so I led the legislation, working with Senator Sinema and all Democrats and Republicans from all 7 states, to include Grijalva leading it in the House. So this was an area of consensus. 40 million people rely on the Colorado River for their water, and we had to codify the hard work that Arizona did under the leadership of Governor Ducey and all the stakeholders in federal legislation so they could start moving out on it. So we sprung into action, introduced the legislation, and now it's signed into law. I'm really proud of the effort of everybody, and I'm glad I was able to lead it. The USMCA and trade, cross-border trade and commerce with Mexico is so important for Arizona's economy. Over 200,000 jobs in Arizona are from that cross-border commerce, and it has the opportunity to even grow under USMCA. So we need to make sure that we get this signed into law. It should be brought up under what's called Trade Promotion Authority. Once the administration sends that implementing language to Congress, the House then needs to take it up first, and they have very specific timelines on when it needs to get done, and then send it over to the Senate for us to get it to the president's desk. So we're engaging with the administration. We want to do that as swiftly as possible and make sure that we've got the votes to sign it into law because it's so important for Arizona's economy. Well, Arizona is a very diverse state, and we went on a 15-county tour in my first 90 days in office while going back and forth to DC every weekend. And a lot of diverse issues for sure, but there's some common themes in rural and in urban communities like Maricopa County. One of them is infrastructure. It's very top of mind, whether it's the I-11 project that is going to be game-changing for our state, going from the border, straight up to Las Vegas and beyond, to continue to have us be a hub of logistical infrastructure for the Western United States. So that's a really big deal, but local communities also have some challenges with infrastructure in their communities, whether it's water infrastructure, roads or bridges and other things, that they really do need some support. Economic opportunity and economic development is still top of mind. The economy is doing well, but some rural areas, that's a challenge for them. Healthcare costs, health insurance costs, prescription drug costs across the board. So many families, small businesses and others are concerned about this, and they don't see any hope in sight. So we're going to really start tackling this issue. It's not about government-run healthcare, which is what some are offering, or repealing Obamacare in its entirety. It's about bringing the cost down. It's about providing more choices to people so that they can afford the care they need for them and their family, and we're going to be focusing on that a lot in the next year. Support to our military is critical. We house so many national security assets here in Arizona, to include Luke Air Force Base. I was at Yuma Marine Corps Air Station yesterday. I'll be at Davis-Monthan and Fort Huachuca, the Yuma Proving Grounds. I mean, we house these amazing men and women who serve. We've got to make sure that they are given everything they need, and that helps our local economy as well when we have strong, robust military spending. Support to our veterans. We've got such a strong veteran population here in Arizona, making sure they get the medical care that they need, regardless of where they live, what their zip code is, that's based on what is best for them, not what's best for bureaucrats. And also border issues. I mean, there's a crisis at the border. We've got to keep the legitimate trade and travel happening, but we've got to stop the opioids coming through. We've got to close some of the loopholes in our laws in order to really secure the border. And so we've got to be able to do both of these things. There'll be a lot of other issues that pop up, but those are the ones we're focusing on.